So during those negotiations, were you happy with President Cyril Ramaphosa being part of the negotiations?
No, we questioned where does this man come from? I didn't even know whether this man is a politician or what. I only saw him when he went to receive Mandela with an umbrella carrying. I didn't know whether it's a bodyguard or what. We didn't know that man.
So it's true that at some point, Ubaba Oliver Tambo asked to Ubanilo.
Exactly. Everybody questioned. We also questioned ourselves.
See him for the first time?
For the first time. Read his struggle credentials. You can't find Cyril political. People are imposing things on Cyril. Cyril is telling them he was a leader of a church, youth church. He was never anywhere political. He was planted on us.
But then I heard that when he was at the University of Limpopo, he was with Botera, and they were also, at some point, they had problems with the apartheid.
Cyril, that part is not read well. Cyril was planted to a hotel. Hence, he was not released. Remember, this is a son of a police sergeant of the old system. And Cyril was also a constable in the old same system. He was even awarded with the award, I don't know for what, maybe for pimping or something. Because there was no policeman who was awarded during the apartheid system. A black policeman was not recognized by the government. Hey. So we fought that part.
And Chris Hani was not happy.
He was not happy. Just imagine, Umkhonto Wesizwe gets disbanded in 1993. Ask what are we doing that time? That time was still in the bush. We were training soldiers. We were preparing soldiers so that if the white minority regime can change its minds, at least there are forces that can still take the struggle on. Because at that time, SADF was at its weakest. Remember the parents of those captured soldiers of SADF had formed their own organization, the anti-conscripts organization, which they didn't want their children to fight anymore or be forced to train in SADF. It was at its weakest. But the enemy within the ANC enforced that we must go for negotiations. At some point, our commander came to us in Uganda, Jomutis, while comrades were frustrated with all these things happening. He came, you see, he laughed at us, at our comrades. You are wasting your time here. Imagine our command. To me, you are like a drop in an ocean. And look what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a Flosham for the first time after so many years in exile.
And he became the first Minister of Defense.
Yes.
He was rewarded.
He was rewarded. He said to us, he was in a submarine for 3 weeks. We were busy wasting our time under these trees. But you must go home, comrades. There's a newly formed franchise called the Chicken Licking. You will really enjoy, comrades.
It's nice.
It's nice. It's called the Hot Wings.
But this is sad.
That is the man.
And in the submarine, they probably brought people to entertain him.
In the submarine, commander was very happy. And we knew nothing about submarine inside. So it was a luxury for him.
Yeah.
That's why even in the integration, they didn't fight for us.
Where was Thabo Mbeki when these things were happening?
Thabo Mbeki was still striving to be a president of the country. He has been an ambitious man for many years. And he has never visited us in Angola. He only came to Uganda when Mandela was coming to visit us.
To position himself.
That's when he came and he told us that we think we are more superior than the rest of the people in South Africa. He said people in South Africa, they sleep on streets hungry, comparing us to hobos now. And Winnie Mandela called him into order. It's live what I'm saying. We were in Uganda. The hatred from me to Thabo Mbeki was even more than ever before. Because politically, we didn't even know him. We knew him as a son of our leader who was in Robben Island. We know nothing about what he did here. You know, people, when they like you, they can write good stories about you. The same as when they don't like you. They can create other stories.
Yes.
So people rely on media in many things.
I want us now to move to, because I feel like we can have an episode only on what happened in exile, because I feel like there's a lot of stories that happened there. But I want us to move to where we are right now. Late last year, you decide to form this party. What really motivated? I've heard President Zuma saying he's trying to fix the ANC by forming what you have right now. But maybe you can take us through what is the ideology around the party that we're having right now.
You know, President Zuma, he's a chessman. You can't beat him in that game.
Can you bring him? I want to challenge him. Chess.
He's a chessman.
I want to play chess with him. Yeah.
I'll organize that for you.
Assembly. Yeah.
So, if you can't analyze or understand JZ,
yeah,
you are at a risk of misinterpreting him. The president is more important about the people more than the ANC. He thinks and believes, the president, that everybody should have been belonging to the ANC. Because the ANC was a formation of our kings and the pastors, traditional healers. It was an inclusive organization. So, with this ANC betraying the people of the country, the ANC that goes to conferences and form commissions, different good commissions, speaking to land, speaking to economy, speaking to this and that, how to deal with poverty, including the security cluster commission. But they implement none. When we're sitting in those commissions, others are representing the Stellenbosch mafia. Go and listen, oppose this, or don't oppose it. Just make sure.
Inside the ANC.
Inside the ANC.
The ANC being led by someone who appeared holding an umbrella.
Then umbrella man. An umbrella man came in. You see, in those so-called 9 wasted years, I think there's only 1 year that was a waste of year. It's when we brought Cyril to become the deputy president of Jacob Zuma. That was a real wasted year. The rest, they speak volumes for themselves. These things that we can analyze or discuss them again.
So you still maintain that what the party stands for, which is Mkondo says, is to fix the ANC?
No, I've got nothing to fix in the ANC. The ANC is rotten to the core. You'll spend a lot of trillions. What is after trillion?
I don't even know.
You can waste that amount if you try to fix the ANC. I mean, look at the province here. They've got an unknown provincial secretary. I don't know. That man, I've never seen him in the history of the ANC. He became the provincial secretary. Now he's hitting them very hard. They are not on the list.
He's dealing with them.
He's hitting them very hard.
They hear stories, they are crying.
They thought to keep Popeye, so handy. Hey.
Do you know how I got to get your number?